This is an excerpt of a recent Power Up webinar comparing Apple Compressor to Adobe Media Encoder. In this excerpt, I'll show you how to use compressor and job chaining to make compression projects run faster. Let's pretend this is an edited movie. I want to be able to create a version which is going to be streamed from my video training library. That's an MPEG-4. I want to create a version which is downloaded. That's a QuickTime because I want to include chapter markers. I can't put chapter markers in a streamed video, but I can in a downloaded video. I need to create a YouTube version. And if this was longer than 10 minutes, I'd want to create an HLS version as well. But I want to have a watermark in here. So the very first thing that I want to do is I want to create the watermark once, create an intermediate file from which I then create all the different derivatives. Now I could add the watermark inside Final Cut, but I long ago learned that it's much better to watermark in compression rather than in editing, because if I ever have to change the master, I don't have to worry about the watermark. So I always add watermarks, in this case LarryJordan.com. I always add that in compression. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create an intermediate file by going to ProRes and grab Apple ProRes 4x4 and drag it in. Apple ProRes 4x4 is extremely high quality. It's like pouring a small bucket of water into a very large swimming pool. I'm not going to lose anything. And the reason is when I select this and go over to video and go down to the bottom, I can add a video effect called a watermark. And with the watermark, I can control its position, although I leave this alone. You never change this. I adjust the position when I build the Photoshop document itself. And if you do a search on my website, there's an article that talks about how to do a watermark. Click Select. I'm going to go to my compression folder, and there is my watermark. It's a Photoshop document. And you can see the watermark is right there. I never have the watermark go at full opacity. I generally have it go between 0.5 and 0.75, so I'll just drag this up a little bit to make it just a little bit brighter. And there's my watermark. Here's the magic. Right mouse click on the setting, not the job, not the clip, but the setting. I'm going to start a new job with the selected output. When this Apple ProRes 4x4 file is output, I'm going to convert it from whatever it is to ProRes 4x4. I'm going to burn in the watermark. I'm going to bring that file back in what's called a linked or chained file. And now I'm going to compress a version with MPEG-4. I'm going to compress a version for QuickTime. I'm going to compress a version for YouTube. I only take the time to create the watermark once, and then after that, I create all the derivatives from it because the output with high quality and the watermark is here, and then I build all these different versions, which are here. Now when I click Start Batch, it's a whole lot faster because I don't have to create the watermark for each one. I just create it once. This ability to link files by right mouse clicking on the compression setting and say new job with selected output is a big deal when you're having to do a lot of heavy processing. Watermarks, not so much. Those will go pretty quickly, but if you're starting to resize or retime and do a watermark, then doing this once to ProRes 4x4 and then processing a second batch off the link makes a whole lot more sense. This has been an excerpt of a recent Power Up webinar comparing Apple Compressor and Adobe Media Encoder. For the complete version of this online training, please visit our store at LarryJordan.com/store and look for Webinar 209. By the way, membership is a great value when you need to stretch your training dollars. A subscription membership to our video training library saves you money. You can access all of our videos for a low monthly price of only $19.99. That's more than 1,600 movies, hundreds of hours, all in depth and all up to date. Plus, members can attend any of our Power Up webinars for free. Our training covers Apple and Adobe software. We update it every week. And for more information, visit LarryJordan.com/membership. And thanks.